all we want to know is functions, so that people can't pull wool over your eyes and everybody's going to ask, of the 3 basic caloronutrients. We just want to know functions, and we want to know how much.
It's 14 hours.
Yes, I know. We want some kind of rationale for why we do what we do, and I'll give you those things. So there's 3 sources of calories, in spite of what the new nutrition tries to teach you that there's 4. Do not be fooled. Because the more complicated we can make nutrition, the less likely you understand it, and more wool can be pulled over your eyes. So they're saying there's 4 sources of calories, but what are the 3? Carbohydrate, protein, and fat. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? What's the 4th? The 4th, as being taught in modern nutrition, as they start to try to twist things a little bit, is alcohol.
7 grams. No, 7 calories per gram.
Except it started out as carbohydrates. So as far as I'm concerned, it's just fermented carbohydrates. It's not a new calorie source. It's just fermented carbohydrates. Totally anti-nutrient. Totally. What is the point of protein, fat, and carb? What do they do for us? Any of those things? What are they? The function? Why do we have fat? It insulates. The chair would be a royal pain in the butt if there wasn't some insulation between you and the chair.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one of those college kids might have said, "Oh, the fat lets you sit down, and the carbs is so it tastes good, and then whatever else is the protein."
Protein's incidental. Except fat is insulation. It keeps organs from jolting around when you bounce. It gives you a little bit of insulation between the outdoor temperature, so you don't get cold super quick and you don't get hot super quick, because you got a little bit of insulation going there. It's insulation around your nerves, so that the electricals inside your nerve messages stay inside your nerves, rather than electrocute yourself with every nerve message that goes through your body. They can flow more efficiently. There's a lot of electronics going on in your brain. It requires fatty tissue to keep that all insulated.
Isn't it part of every cell? The membrane?
It also insulates water from getting in and from getting out. It keeps water in the cell that's supposed to be in there, and keeps water out of the cell that's supposed to be out of there. It's pretty fascinating insulation. Fat. It can be hydrophobic and it can be hydrophonic. Philic. Hydrophonic? Would be good. Carries sound really well. So fat works as insulation. That's its primary role. Granted, it also insulates you from starving to death in harsh times. Gives you a little bit of leeway. Nice to have a little bit of leeway in case of fire, flood, famine, drought, siege, crop failure, illness, whatever it is, some reason that you just can't eat. It's nice to have a little bit of something to fall back on, because you could get real ill and lose 10 pounds in a couple of days, and it's okay. Not good if you get real ill and lose 10 pounds. You got nowhere to go. So having that little backdoor storage option insulation against hard times. Fat's insulation. That's basically its role. And carbohydrate functions as fuel. It's the gas in your tank. That's basically all it's good for. Makes things happen. It's fuel. You produce your energy from burning the fuel. You use the fuel in order to move around. Carbohydrates are fuel. You need plenty of fuel. And the last one's protein, which is good for what? Repair, which is a subset, if you will, of growth. Protein's for growth. You think of protein for growth. So repair is just a subset of growth. It's a type of growth, if you will. You can get an injury and repair it. You're growing new tissue to replace whatever got damaged. Or if you're bodybuilding, you want to grow a few pounds of muscle, you can grow it, but you need sufficient protein to do so, in addition to your daily needs, which are quite low, admittedly quite low, but you got to have some. Proteins for growth. So you got insulation, fuel, and growth. If we were going to say there was a fourth form of calories and call it alcohol, what's the function of alcohol? I mean, all there are is negative functions. There's only health-destroying functions.
Well, if you feel you did too much good for yourself with the other three, then you can.
I'm pretty perplexed that anybody could possibly try to pull that one off. To say there's 4 sources of calories when the fourth source only has negative effects on your health.